This
is Maritime Radio.
I'm Bethany, and you are listening to the monthly Millwall fans news and views show, Broad 5 FM and on the Maritime website.
I'm Eamonn Barclay for South Croydon. Before I go any further, you may hear sounds that are not usually coming from Enjoy the Show, whatever. And here we go. I've got a panel here of George Lampey from Swanley. Hello, George.
Hello, Eamonn.
And Patricia Maslin from Bexley.
Good evening.
Good evening. And lo and behold, Dean Wilson from Bromley. Hello, Dean.
Hi, Eamonn.
Right, we'll discuss all things Millwall, chat with a former Lion, and review recent results. And first up, we'll start with that result today that for me was almost feeling like a loss. Dean, what was it like? You were there at the Kassam Stadium.
Yeah, just got back. It was a good game, a good performance by us, but I just think that we've got to concentrate for 50 minutes per half. But, you know, I think it's a point on the road. So it was really, really gutting. 96-minute goal. But we're still up there. We're still fourth, so we can't be too dejected, can we?
No, it can't be. George, what did you make of the goals that we scored?
Well, I doubt whether we'll score an easier goal than the... But, no, yeah. And the second goal Cooper scores because I think he is the rock of the team, if I'm honest.
On his 400th appearance.
Yeah, so I was delighted because, as I say, and I'll emphasise it again, I think Cooper is the rock of the team.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Cooper man to the rescue. Pat, what did you feel about that result? Did you feel as dejected as I did?
Yeah, I mean, as I've already told you, I didn't get to see most of the game, but, I mean, I looked at the goals afterwards and it did feel like a loss. I mean, I did see when we went one up, and I suppose like most Millwall after the run of success we've been having, you're thinking, it's not going to be easy, but we got this. And, like, late goal, first half, late goal, second half, yeah, it felt like a loss, but we should be pleased with a point.
Yeah. I think Phil Coleman summed it up when he said, we've got to learn old favourites was playing for the Brom.
Oh, well, OK, we'll let that go. I think, you know, on off air before we came on, but the goal that Z scored, I just thought that's, 2 yards out. But
there was another goal that was quite exciting too, from Surge with Sturge, wasn't there, Pat?
That was the first goal, wasn't it?
That was at the end goal. Old Sturge.
Was it?
Yeah. What a
I
goal.
tell you, it's so long ago. I just remember thinking at the opening, like, obviously we'd played Coventry and it'd been such a poor game. And West Brom coming down, you always think they're going to be a good team. It was surprising. I think we really shook ourselves about after that bad loss, and I thought we were brilliant that day. Can't honestly remember Sturge's goal that well.
Well, it was a
very good goal, yeah. Pat's got very short memory.
I remember from that, Billy's pass for that second goal.
Yeah.
That stood out to me. Anyway, talk about Surge.
Yeah. There you go. How about Queen's Park Rangers?
Yeah, I was over at Queen's Park Rangers. It's always a good away day over there. Nice compact stadium. We make lots of noise. And to get the win there was brilliant because I actually think QPR outpaced us. They've got some really strong, really strong players over there. And I think, is it Fry, the big lad up front?
Yeah.
He bullied us a little bit. But it turned into a bit of a battle. And when a game turns into a battle, there's no one better than Millwall, really.
No.
They were passing the ball round us, but once we closed them down, they didn't really do a lot. And it was another win for us. And what a month it's been.
Mm.
You know, to be up there in fourth. There's been seasons when we look round and we're fourth from bottom.
Yeah.
And
I thought the really important part of that game was within about 30 seconds when our keeper made an absolutely blinding save, where I think lots of goalkeepers would have got caught out by that.
Yeah, no, I think it's actually about 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
And he made the save. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, Stan says you got that a little bit wrong. It was 37 seconds.
Oh, we're both wrong.
Right. Well done, Stan. Good to see that you're on top of the game. But yeah, that was a good result because they were flying.
They were, and it's always good to win a London derby, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, really pleased with that one.
Yeah. How about the Stoke game? We was all a little bit worried about Stoke because they were flying high. What did you reckon, Pat?
Well, I got a bet on work that we finish higher than them this year, and I was getting a bit worried, but what a cracking game. What an absolutely brilliant game that was. 2 goals from Kamara and Aziz. And I mean, I think about Aziz lately. He's like the man that completes the team, isn't he? He's like the gel that's really made it as it has been the last 4 games before today. Yeah. Absolute quality football. Yeah. And I think they only had about 20 minutes where they were dominant and we just sucked it up. We were brilliant. Excellent game. Probably my favourite one of this season.
Yeah, it was a goodie. It was absolutely a goodie. And then we had the indomitable Leicester City, or Leicester City, depending which way, or if you're American or not, who came to the Den full of ebullience and hoping to see them succeed. But they did succeed and we won. What did you make of that one, George?
Well, I found this very interesting because a lot of them players I thought were really good. I can see Leicester doing really well this season. Yeah. You're not going to get many teams that are going to turn Leicester over. I thought they looked like a real quality team. And I just enjoyed the fact that, all right, we missed a penalty, but I thought we were fairly comfortable. I know at the end, they're coming at you, but no, I enjoyed it and I thought it was a real good test for us. And following on from the Stoke game where we played so much good football, I thought this was a little bit more of a test in football-wise, and I thought we did really well. Yeah, I'm really impressed with not only our football, but the recruitment that our club is. I know we're spending more money as a club, but the recruitment has been excellent lately, I think.
Yeah, it has. But what about Ivanovic and this penalty, Dean? What do you make of that?
Well, from a goalkeeper's point of view, it was a very easy one to save.
It was.
The keeper literally just put his arms to the right. It was just a poor penalty. I think what may have put him off was there was a long time between putting the ball on the spot and the penalty being taken, and that never helped the taker, I don't think. But it wasn't a great save. It was very easy for the keeper. Yeah. Whether he continues to take the penalties, I don't know. Whether they'll change it.
Well,
but it was a soft one.
He's missed a couple, I think, along the way now, and it's going to be an issue, I fear.
Yeah.
But we'll try hard to make things get better. Just a couple of flavours on that. I mean, Aziz has been almost the player of the match from our sponsors all the way through those games. I mean, today, I suspect he got voted for that for whatever he did, but I don't know. I felt Kramer today was a bit of a star across our back.
Yeah, I mean, with his height, him with Jake Cooper, they win most things in the air.
They do.
And he's a tough player.
Yeah.
He's not scared of a tackle, Kramer. But just talking about Femi, when he went off today, I did feel that the whole team's head went down for a little while because he was making everything for us.
I think you're right.
And so I think they're relying on him a lot. But hopefully the injury isn't too bad and it was more of a precaution getting him off.
No.
Rather than to make it any worse.
I did feel that bringing Nagley on and putting him in his place or replacing him was perhaps not the best idea either somehow. I felt that we needed to bring Imaku on at that stage and put Nagley in behind Ivanovic as almost in the 10 spot because he plays a much better game there rather than be defined by the touchline down either side.
I think you're right. When Imaku came on, he ran at them and his pace scared them a little bit. So again, it's all about opinion, it's all in hindsight. Should we have brought him on earlier? I don't know. But,
I do. I mean, at least he was taking 2 players out every time he went down the right hand side.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes 3. And they know he's very hard to handle. So I thought that there were some interesting moves and shots in direction, but I think there's nothing to be too worried about. And what we will do is, towards the end of the show, we'll preview our next two games.
Can I just say...
You can, Pat. Sorry.
Is anyone else a bit concerned about Ivanovic? I mean, he's missed a few penalties, hasn't he?
We mentioned that.
And he is a weak link, I think, in the team. We're playing so well. I think he is our weak link. I wasn't impressed with him today. I think he's a bit lazy outside the box.
Yeah. I think he needs to get a couple of goals, get his confidence back.
Yeah, I mean, I was pleased when he did score the other day, but I still think he's our weak link.
Yeah,
I think the way we're playing now, Pat, with just him up there on his own, it's certainly making his life much more difficult.
Yeah,
he's chasing shadows a lot of the time.
Yeah. He's not had very good service lately. I mean, I watched him today. He was running around. He was working hard, but there was no opportunities for him. He was just working hard all the time.
Yeah, it's all a bit far and few between for him, really. I don't know whether he's the best man up top on his own. I suspect there might be other ways of playing around with him, but I did believe when Nagley went into the 10 slot, he got a few more look-ins than he had through the first half. I did notice that. So.
And I thought the point you made about Nagley going into that right sort of wing position, I thought that was a little bit silly, actually. I really didn't think that worked at all. Not his fault, because he's a very quality player, but it was no point in putting him there.
No, we should have... Idemo, get your thing together and get on there a bit quicker. That's the way forward, mate. So, we've zipped through those scores quite quickly, actually. And I think what we'll turn over to is we'll hear from Kai Bennett, who brings us the results from the Millwall Community Trust's Millwall Lionesses, Romans and Pride.
Lionesses had a very successful October, winning 4, losing 1. The month started with a 7-1 victory over Ashford Town in the Women's FA Cup, before beating Glebe 6-0 in the next round of the FA Cup, before beating Sport London E Benfica 1-0 at Rectory Park. Ashford Town was next up once again, this time in the league, the Lionesses winning 6-0 at St Paul's, before losing 2-0 to Cheltenham Town in the first round proper of the Adobe Women's FA Cup. The side played excellently, but the Tier 3 side ran out with the win. Millwall Romans started the month with a 7-3 victory over London Titans, whilst Millwall Pride also beat the same opposition 6-0. The following weekend, Millwall Romans then beat Bristol City Panthers 5-2, before completing the month with another victory over the same side, this time 5-3 away from home.
It was a bit of a shame, really, for the Lionesses, and there's a greater report on that a bit further on. But the Romans and Pride are doing well, and of course they've now got into the National League. So realistically, they've got 3 sides running, 2 in the London leagues that we're familiar with, and then the one that's in the national side, which they play that cup in, which follows really the whole of the UK and Ireland. So that's good, but they somehow don't seem to. They just don't get beaten very often. They are a very good set of teams. So that was them. We should hear also from the wheelchair warriors down at Greenwich soon, and the power chairs that they play in. They should be back online down there at Greenwich with Rhea Daly, who runs the set, and she told me the other night that she hopes that, soon, not too soon, but soon, they hope to move into the new, I suppose, wonderful sports arena that's being built in Woolwich, and have some fantastic arrangements there. And we'll get back to you and tell you all about that when George goes down and interviews Rhea and some of the wheelchair, power chair users as soon as they go to that new arena. So, I think we'll take a break there and we'll come back to you when we hope to speak to our guest.
We are Maritime Radio.
Maritime Radio.
Come on, sleepyhead. Time to get up and off to school. Thankfully, Abbey Travel have taken the stress out of the morning routine, providing peace of mind to parents and students in South East London and North West Kent. With our designated pickup points and journey tracker, we've made getting to and from school easier than ever. Find out more at abbeytravel.com/home to school or give us a call on 020 8312 9514. And we're pleased to welcome Beth's Grammar School and Maidstone Grammar for Girls.
Could you be the one who makes a difference for someone like me? Bexley really needs more foster carers. Kind people who can keep kids safe, help us feel loved and just be there. Someone to ask how our day went, to sit with us when we're sad, to cheer us up when we do something great, even if it's just getting through a tough day. You don't have to be perfect, just be patient and kind and willing to care. Because when you show up for us, it can change everything.
To find out more information about how you can foster with Bexley, give us a call on 0203 045 4400 or visit our website www.bexley.gov.uk/fostering.
Has your business lost at least £40,000 as a result of COVID restrictions? Do you have business interruption insurance? If the answer is yes, COVID claims could help you reclaim financial losses. Even if your initial claim was refused, you've been made a low offer, or you just don't know where to start. All on a no-win, no-fee basis. Just text LOSS to 60777 for help. From COVID claims regulated by the FCA. Text LOSS to 60777.
I'd been tasked to get to the naked truth about successful local advertising.
Are you peeping Tom?
Sadly, it wasn't in there, so I pulled out my pencil to draw my own conclusions. It was broken. Yes, it was pointless. Then it hit me. Advertising on this local radio station's the answer. It's low cost, effective, and memorable.
To advertise here on Maritime Radio, click on maritimeradio.co.uk, then About Us.
Come up and see me sometime.
Case closed.
Oh, it's okay. Let's face it, when your kids are ill, you'd do anything to help them feel better. But remember, antibiotics aren't always needed. You might not realise it, but taking antibiotics when you don't need them puts you and your family at risk of a longer and more severe illness. Help keep your family well. Always take your doctor's advice on antibiotics. Search NHS antibiotics. All better.
The Millwall Community Trust is located at the Lions Centre, Ballina Road, London SE16. Each year it delivers a wide range of football and sports development programmes to thousands of young people from toddler soccer to professional pathway across different ages, genders and abilities. Check out the Millwall Community Trust website.
Well, thanks Bethany. I'm Eamonn Barclay and with me I have the demonstrably fantastic and fabulous panel, Patricia Maslin, Dean Wilson and George Lampey. We welcome a Millwall favourite, Trevor Lee, born in Lewisham, signed from Epsom and Ewell in 1975. He helped the Lions earn promotion from the third tier in his first season and scored 10 and 9 goals in their first 2 seasons back in the second tier, alongside the late Phil Walker, also from Epsom and Ewell. They were billed as the first black footballers to impact the game. Trevor made his name at Millwall before playing for several other clubs, including Colchester United, AFC Bournemouth, Fulham and Cardiff City. Welcome, Trevor Lee!
Hello, Eamonn.
Hello, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor. All right, mate.
All right, Trevor?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I can.
You can't hear me?
It's okay. Our main man can hear you, so we'll ask you questions and we'll go from there. So it's over to you, Pat.
Hello, Trevor, it's Pat here. Believe it or not, I can remember your debut at the Den. Can you tell me how you recall that against Mansfield Town?
It was a hell of an experience because we didn't know what to expect, myself and Phil. But it was. I was a bit on edge, a bit nervous. Obviously, first game for the club, but it all got a little bit better after Phil scored the goal. Which won the game. It was a cross from the left, I think it was. I headed it back across the goal and Phil headed it in. And that was it then. I mean, we thought, this is brilliant because we've just arrived at the club. It's our first game,
Yeah.
You couldn't get off to a better start.
No, and I remember when you came, the papers were full of both of you coming. Did the fans, I mean, obviously once Phil scored, it must have been brilliant. The fans, you got the fans on your side immediately.
We hit the ground running.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Hello, Trev. It's George here, mate.
Hello, George.
Hello. When we returned to the second tier, we played some memorable games in front of amazing crowds. Really, we played the Aston Villas, Charltons, Chelsea's, Southampton, Wolves. Gates between 30,000. What was it like playing in them games, Trev?
It was an experience because, coming up from playing youth team football, it was a bit of a culture shock, because I was at Fulham as a youth team player, and then moved on to non-league after that because Fulham they decided that they didn't want to give me a contract after my youth when I got to 18, so they let me go. So I ended up playing Sunday morning football and all that sort of stuff, out on the parks and that, and then eventually I moved on to play non-league football for Cobham, and then Epsom. So that's how I got back into the eyes of people who wanted me to play, for their club.
And over your time at Millwall, which players or players influenced you, the most?
I would say, obviously, the king, Barry Kitchener.
Yeah, of course.
He was the man. He took me under his wing and, and sort of helped me along, trying to loads of confidence. He was giving me confidence and all that sort of stuff. But he was the main reason why I felt so relaxed there,
Yeah, and I just have to say that whenever you come to the den and you walk through the gates, it takes you about 20 minutes to get to the reception, doesn't it? Because everybody wants to talk to you and say hello to you. I just think that's great, actually, Trip.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. I didn't think
it's Dean Wilson here. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Trevor, I remember your final full season with the Lions, especially the unforgettable game at White Hart Lane. In fact, it's one of the few trips I think Tottenham made into the second tier. It was a well-deserved 3-3 draw for us, and especially since Tottenham made their way back to the top flight that season. Could you share some of your memories from that match, Trevor?
Well, I don't remember too much about it, to tell you the truth. It was overwhelming, for me, my first season. Playing against teams like Tottenham and Chelsea, and it didn't feel real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like.
I see the goal scorers from that game: Chris Jones, Glenn Hoddle, Trevor Lee, Ian Pearson, and Brian Hamilton. That bring back any memories for you?
Yeah, I remember Ian Pearson's goal, he was an incredible lad, Ian Pearson, as well, because he'd come out of non-league as well, to the club. He knew where the goal was.
So, Trevor, I'm glad to hear that you are going to be inducted into the Forever Lions Club when we play Southampton in a little while. How did you feel about being selected for this special honour with Millwall?
as he goes, I didn't know anything about it, to tell you the truth, until I got a text message and saying that would I join whoever to at the Den on that certain day, And I'm thinking to myself, well, it's just a normal thing. I mean, because I've been down there before. People have been in touch with me, and I've been to the Den on many occasions, and it's just nice to get down there and speak to the fans and all that sort of stuff,
George said,
but I never knew anything about.
And
I never knew anything about,
and well deserved. So we look forward to seeing
I never knew anything about it at all until I was talking to Eamonn yesterday, and he told me. No, I didn't know anything about it.
It's a very special honour, and you're alongside some really famous players, so well deserved as well, Trevor.
Thank you.
And you'll also be beside Patricia Maslin's own creation, and she's now going to describe that to you.
Oh, God. Any embarrassing.
No, I think it's worthy of a mention.
No, it's just something to put on the top table where all you famous players are going to sit. Ignore him completely.
It does look good.
You'll get to see it, Trevor, but she never will again, even though she made it.
We'll send her the photo with you with her.
Yeah, do. Take a nice photo just for me.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Right.
No doubt about it. So, Trevor, I look forward to seeing you at the Den on November the 29th. And actually, Dean will be escorting you from the area known as the reception at the Kitchener stand into the Lions Centre, where you'll have an exclusive interview with me, with your colleagues that are also being honoured. So I look forward to that and doing that with you. So for now, Trevor, thanks for coming on. We appreciate that, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care, my friend.
Okay.
Thank you, Trevor.
Okay, Eamonn.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Okay, so that was Trevor Lee. What a lovely man. Certainly was a flag bearer for the black footballers, without a doubt. Now, I know that another thing that Patricia Maslin has been exceedingly good at is the creation of our website. So, Pat, will you give us a sort of a brief overview of the group website, please?
Yeah, it's taken a few months to get going, but if you go on to the No One Likes Us Talking website, you'll find images of all the people you hear on the show, plus a small write-up. And after every game, I go on and I'll update the present game we've just played. So all you have to do is just log on to the website, and at that you'll get a match report, you'll get pictures from the game, and you'll get the highlights as well. So it's all in one space. After every game, a couple of hours later, just log on and you've got it all in one area. And the more people that join us on there, the bigger we can get and expand it to perhaps previews and that. And send in ideas. If you go on and look, you might get some really good ideas that we can add pages and be part of it.
Yeah, George is going to manage that. How are you going to manage that, George?
I'm going to let Pat do it. That's how I'm going to manage it.
But surely you've got an email address that you want stuff to go to?
I think you better ask Pat about that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, on the last page you can email us. It goes direct. So it's all really easy. One click and you can contact us with any ideas.
Oh, sorry, George, I got that wrong. It says here, you'll be doing it when Pat's not about. Oh, that's okay. So if you'll be able to speak to George then, that'll be wonderful for him, I'm sure. So what else is going on? Well, there are some bits and pieces that are happening at the Den. We managed to see the new, assist equipment that's been installed in the upper tier, which now gives you something to hold on to when you're climbing from the, entrance level up to the sky. Definitely something that was needed, because those steps were getting worse and worse and worse as the years are going by. I know some young people can jump up there without much of a try. But we'd love to hear your experience on those.
I just wondered if they put those in, because they're doing the safe standing up the backs there, aren't they?
Are they doing it up on the high level?
They're doing up the back of the kitchener stand.
Right.
Yeah.
That will be interesting.
Yeah, and it's quite high to stand up there. I mean,
but those rails are up on the other stands as well.
They are, yeah.
So it's all around. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out, and it'll be interesting to see what the safe standing looks like. I think there's some misconceptions about what that actually means, and it might help if the club describes what safe standing is.
Yeah.
Because I think it's... I think there's those that see it as going back many years to where we were.
Because you don't take a chair out, do you, or anything like that?
No.
Your seats still remain exactly where they are. You just stand exactly where your seat is if you want to stand.
Yeah, and there's a rail in front of you. Yeah.
So there's no extra spaces or anything like that. It's the same amount of people in the same spot, but you can stand up if you want.
I believe the seats are actually locked upwards, aren't they? Some grounds have seen it.
Right.
So you can't choose to sit down at half time because the seat is locked up.
Right, okay. Well, I'd have to take your word for that.
No, I'm only saying what I've seen at other grounds. Whether will follow suit.
You'll just have to hang over the barrier, George.
It's too old to stand for 2 hours.
I'll sit on the banister. So I ain't worried, am I?
Hey, you got something else to grip onto.
Do we know how many fans they're providing that for?
I'm not sure that we do. I haven't read it anywhere specifically.
I just know because my season ticket is in the kitch upper and it's behind me. They're all going to be standing. So
right,
it's not a huge amount, though, is it? It's only certain little areas.
I think it's just a trial, isn't it? Really?
I think it's a good thing, and I prefer that where there are grounds where everyone stands, and I've experienced it down at some ground that's extremely close to where we are today. And everyone just falls forward, and people are getting crushed and God knows what. Yeah. So perhaps at that place that they call the Valley, they might want to do things there.
What's your mouth at,
people's ability to safely stand rather than unsafely fall. So I think that's a valid point. Not offending any of you Addicts fans, but there you go. That's a view that we all hold. So yes, we have got the Forever Lions Club coming up the end of this month. We're still waiting confirmations from one of the members, but we can tell you that there is a lioness, and she is going to join them from the 1990s, who was capped by the Republic of Ireland, probably played somewhere in the region of about 400 games, come into the first team when she was 14 and won some wonderful silverware. So we won't tell you who that is at the moment, but you might hear all about it soon.
Can I just intervene there that if ever you do Harris or Morrison, can I come?
Can you come where?
Well, when you present it.
Oh no, we had Jeff Burnage who wanted to do that the other week. So
you've got to let her do it.
Yeah, I can't. She can have.
I'm taking my award thing back.
She can have a photograph out in the street.
I notice he don't ask us to do that, Pat, does he? No. Don't worry about Dean. Dean can do it, can't he?
I wonder why Dean can do it. Have you not read the committee arrangements? Perhaps your other friend Chris is his name.
He didn't ask us on the committee either.
So there you go.
No.
I'm sure
they're like a little private club, aren't they?
Prawn sandwich brigade.
I'm sure we can get Steve Morrison or Chopper to meet you, Pat.
Yeah,
and have a chat.
Oh, she'd be she'd be over enamoured by that for certain, I'm sure. Not amorous, sorry. But anyway, it's all going along and really wonderful, and we're looking forward to pick up more players that will join the Forever Lions Club. First association has been put in place, and it's kindly coordinated by the Community Trust on behalf of the club and themselves. George, you had a point to make.
I'd like to ask Dean how he finds the new hospitality section over at the main stand.
When you walk in, very, very impressive. Looks like a West End restaurant. A few teething problems, despite the money they've spent and what they're charging, because one restaurant, the number 11 restaurant, is £250 a head. That's your match ticket. And the food is nice, but I think there's a lot to be desired. Fine dining restaurant, that's £350 a head. You know, and I think that's probably what's being charged in the Premiership at the moment. So I think we're a bit over the top. It's a 500% improvement on the food used to be. And hopefully we're overpriced at the moment and on most matches. And that's got to be due to the pricing. I think if they brought it down for the Championship, you'll get more people going in there. And I know from exec members like myself, a lot of them didn't renew just because of the pricing. And they've been exec members for 15, 16 years and just renewed automatically every year.
We are Maritime Radio.
Maritime Radio.
Recently, two Millwall fans, Jad and Joe, completed an incredible journey cycling all the way from Millwall Football Club to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. They took on the challenge to raise awareness and money for the men's mental health charity His. And after days on the road, countless miles and plenty of sore legs, they made it. They're back home now and I'm thrilled to catch up with them again. How did the ride go overall? Any surprises along the way?
Look, I'll be honest with you, there was a lot of surprises. I think we both knew it would be challenging, but we thought that the cycling part would be the challenge. And actually, I thought it was an easy bit. There was many punctures. There was many breakages. Actually, at one point, we actually broke down. My bike broke quite badly in the middle of nowhere, pitch black of night, literally in the middle of nowhere. We were actually very lucky that we just cycled past the house with the lights on. The first house we seen in about an hour, and there was no other houses in the area, so we had to knock on that person's door and pray that they spoke English and that they would help us. And thankfully, they did speak English. They spoke very good English, actually. And they also put our bikes in the back of the car and drove us about 10 miles to our hotel.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say, I second that, that, you know, there's a lot of stereotypes about the French, especially in Paris, like they do in London. But in rural France itself, you could not be more friendlier people than the French. They want to help you. They want to know what's going on. Why are you cycling? You must be crazy for doing this. But yeah, everyone that we met along the way has been so lovely and welcoming, and they just want to talk to us, which is amazing.
So how did it feel when you finally saw the Eiffel Tower?
My goodness. So my take on this, so we actually saw the Eiffel Tower the night before we got there. And again, along with the many problems that we had, we'd come over this brow of a hill and we got into suburban Paris in a town called Sergi, or Sergey. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And Joe got on the phone to his old man and was like, Dad, we're here, like FaceTime. You could see the Eiffel Tower with the naked eye in the distance. And me and Joe got so excited. It was like, wow, mesmerising. I can't believe we've made it. 5 minutes later, bang, I'd hit a pothole. The back of my racking on my bike snapped in half. My tyre exploded. But it's that perseverance. And many times we were challenged mentally. I mean, we battled rain, we battled hills, we battled so many things. At that point, I think me and Joe was at the point where not we was going to quit, but we were so deflated. And I'm so glad the whole way through the process, me and Joe kept saying, something is stopping us getting to the Eiffel Tower. Something is stopping us. I mean, they had a tornado in Paris that weekend. The Louvre got robbed. But we carried on, we persevered, and we managed to make it to the Eiffel Tower the next day. But that was my first account of seeing the Eiffel Tower. I'll never forget that. I mean, it's mesmerising when you stood underneath it. But Joe will probably tell you differently. But I mean, that was our first account of seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time.
When you actually did make it to the Eiffel Tower, did it sink in straight away that you'd done this?
I think it took a minute or so to really sink in. Like, we had to keep saying to each other, mate, you made it. Like, and I've got to say, you know, it was challenging, right? And it was the most challenging I've ever done because all the things that we didn't expect to happen. All our worst fears came true. Like, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong in that cycle. But I mean, it's called 2 idiots abroad, so it kind of makes sense, right? But I think at the time it was like, oh, we're so stopping this and this has been awful. Why do we want to do this? But when we got there, knowing what we'd overcome and knowing that we persevered through everything, we didn't let any hurdle or any obstacle beat us. It felt amazing, and I wouldn't have it any other way now. Knowing that, it proved to me and to Jad that we can do anything. Like, if I'd have known all those things were going to happen along the way, I probably wouldn't have done it because I would have thought I couldn't do it. But knowing now what I did, I wouldn't change it for the world. It was amazing.
So how can people follow, watch your videos, see what you've done and donate?
Yeah, if you just go to Instagram, 2 idiots abroad, so 2_idiots_abroad _London to Paris. You can follow us there, you can watch our videos, but we've also got a link Just Giving page that you can still give to.
The Millwall community has been fantastic on Facebook, really pushing for us. So up the lines, thank you very much, boys. And this one was for you.
Recently, 2 Millwall fans, Jad and Joe, completed an incredible journey cycling all the way from Millwall Football Club to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. They took on the challenge to raise awareness and money for the men's mental health charity His. And after days on the road, countless miles and plenty of sore legs, they made it. They're back home now and I'm thrilled to catch up with them again. How did the ride go overall? Any surprises along the way?
Look, I'll be honest with you, there was a lot of surprises. I think we both knew it'd be challenging, but we thought that the cycling part would be the challenge. And actually, I thought it was an easy bit. There was many punctures. There was many breakages. Actually, at one point, we actually broke down. My bike broke quite badly in the middle of nowhere, pitch black of night, literally in the middle of nowhere. We were actually very lucky that we just cycled past the house with the lights on. The first house we'd seen in about an hour. And there was no other houses in the area. So we had to knock on that person's door and pray that they spoke English and that they would help us. And thankfully, they did speak English. They spoke very good English, actually. And they also put our bikes in the back of the car and drove us about 10 miles to our hotel.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say, I second that, that there's a lot of stereotypes about the French, especially in Paris, like they do in London. But in rural France itself, you could not be more friendlier people than the French. They want to help you. They want to know what's going on. Why are you cycling? You must be crazy for doing this. But yeah, everyone that we met along the way has been so lovely and welcoming, and they just want to talk to us, which is amazing.
So how did it feel when you finally saw the Eiffel Tower?
My goodness. So my take on this, so we actually saw the Eiffel Tower the night before we got there. And again, along with the many problems that we had, we'd come over this brow of a hill and we got into suburban Paris in a town called Sergi, or Sergey. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And Joe got on the phone to his old man and was like, Dad, we're here, like FaceTime. You could see the Eiffel Tower with the naked eye in the distance. And me and Joe got so excited. It was like, wow, mesmerising. I can't believe we've made it. 5 minutes later, bang, I'd hit a pothole. The back of my racking on my bike snapped in half. My tyre exploded. But it's that perseverance. And many times we were challenged mentally. I mean, we battled rain, we battled hills, we battled so many things. At that point, I think me and Joe was at the point where not we was going to quit, but we were so deflated. And I'm so glad the whole way through the process, me and Joe kept saying, something is stopping us getting to the Eiffel Tower. Something is stopping us. I mean, they had a tornado in Paris that weekend. The Louvre got robbed. But we carried on, we persevered, and we managed to make it to the Eiffel Tower the next day. But that was my first account of seeing the Eiffel Tower. I'll never forget that. I mean, it's mesmerising when you stood underneath it. But Joe will probably tell you differently. But I mean, that was our first account of seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time.
When you actually did make it to the Eiffel Tower, did it sink in straight away that you'd done this?
I think it took a minute or so to really sink in. Like, we had to keep saying to each other, mate, you made it. Like, and I've got to say, it was challenging, right? And it was the most challenging I've ever done because all the things that we didn't expect to happen. All our worst fears came true. Like, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong in that cycle. But I mean, it's called 2 idiots abroad, so it kind of makes sense, right? But I think at the time it was like, oh, we're so stopping this and this has been awful. Why do we want to do this? But when we got there, knowing what we'd overcome and knowing that we persevered through everything, we didn't let any hurdle or any obstacle beat us. It felt amazing, and I wouldn't have it any other way now. Knowing that, it proved to me and to Jad that we can do anything. Like, if I'd have known all those things were going to happen along the way, I probably wouldn't have done it, because I would have thought I couldn't do it. But knowing now what I did, I wouldn't change it for the world. It was amazing.
So how can people follow, watch your videos, see what you've done and donate?
Yeah, if you just go to Instagram, 2 idiots abroad, so 2_idiots_abroad _London to Paris. You can follow us there, you can watch our videos, but we've also got a link Just Giving page that you can still give to.
The Millwall community has been fantastic on Facebook, really pushing for us. So up the Lions, thank you very much, boys. And this one was for you.
And well, a lot of things can happen in 4 weeks, and there could be some good stuff to discuss. Well, thanks to our guests, our producer, Gary Sylvester, and our panellists. We must say, Jeff, we haven't forgotten you. We're missing you. But anyway, thank you for listening, everyone. Bye for now. But let's hear, reggae style, Let Them Come.
Let's the best team in London know the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Yeah! Let them come, let them come, let them come, let them all come down to the den. Let them come, let them come, we'll only have to beat them again. It's the best team in London, know the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Millwall, let them come, let them come, let them come down to the den. It's Saturday in Cold Glow Lane, we've all come down to cheer. We've had our jelly deals and our glass of beer. Come rain or shine, our families will bring unblessed. And as the Lions run on the pitch, everyone will sing. And let them come, let them come, let them come, for they'll come down to the